by some. Donanemab, it's been described as a turning point when it comes to the fight against Alzheimer's, and it was revealed yesterday that it might slow down the progression of the disease, allowing people to manage their symptoms and live a fulfilling life. Well, Paul Lindsay's dad was diagnosed with dementia 2 years ago, and he says he's heartbroken because it's too late for his dad. But he's happy that the drug might help other families, and he's actually getting ready at this moment for a 1,200-mile walk. That is a long way next year to help the Alzheimer Society carry on their brilliant research. And Paul's here now on BBC Radio Nottingham. Hello, Paul.
Hello, Andy. Yeah, good afternoon.
Tell me about your dad, first of all.
Oh, my dad's my best mate. He was my best man. He's an absolute legend in my eyes. And, I can't think of any better way than helping to raise funds for Alzheimer's, but he's such a nice guy. He really is. He was a senior social worker for Nottingham County Council, heart of gold. He's the kindest person, and I know I'm very biased, but he's the kindest person I've ever met. And so this is the least I can do for him. And as I say, for them families who need support in the future.
Yeah. And at what stage is he at with his Alzheimer's?
So unfortunately, Dad's now, he's a very fit man, and he ran the London Marathon at 58 in 3 hours 13, which is incredible. But he unfortunately is still very fit. We go out walking with my sister, but this disease has really got hold of his brain, and he isn't functioning now as he was. We can't hold proper conversations, and my mum, as a result, has become a carer, and to see the whole family is quite tragic.
Yeah. And this is what Alzheimer's does to families everywhere, isn't it?
Absolutely.
But this drug sounds like it could make a difference.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
That's right. I mean, it's basically it's sorting the amyloid protein in the brain. It's sort of the drug's going to help that, and it's a bit of a rogue protein that builds up over years and years and years, and I reckon up to 20 years it can build up. And with my dad, we sort of noticed changes 6 years ago. But another big problem, and hence the charity walk, is that the diagnosis isn't quick enough. My dad started changing 6 years ago, and he was only diagnosed 2 years ago, would you believe? So, really, I work in social care and obviously respect the NHS massively, but I would really encourage them. Like, for instance, there's 69 scanners across the UK that scan predominantly 90% cancer patients, so there's not a lot of scanners left for dementia. And what's happening on a day-to-day basis, there's many people getting dementia as there are cancer. So really, please, the government, we really need to plough more resources into this.
And presumably that's something charities can help with as well, and here you are raising money for the Alzheimer Society.
Yeah.
Tell me how you came up with this idea of the walk, because it's a long way, as I say.
We moved from Yorkshire as a young boy. I got there at 8, and I stood in front of the telly and I saw Sir Ian Botham walking from John O'Groats to Land's End the other way, and it planted a seed with me, and I thought I want to do that one day. And as I say, we've progressed into being in Bingham Running Club. I don't think it's no longer there now, unfortunately, but me and Dad ran marathons, had done marathons around the country together. So that sort of bug for getting out there in the great outdoors, exercise, and again working in social care. I encourage people with mental health to get out and about. And I'm just so grateful to my work bosses for giving me the unpaid leave for 2 months to allow me to do this. So thank you.
Yeah, I mean, so that's a long walk still. So how many miles will you have to do each day?
So there's 60 days and it's 20 miles a day. I'll be using a GPS system that will guide me through this. So I'm looking to get out of Devon and Cornwall in about 11, 12 days and then get up to the country. I've got lots of social care friends who are going to walk with me along the way and going to support me. And so I won't just be on my own all the time. I've got to confess, though, the wild camping is going to be the test for me. It's something
I was wondering if you'd lined up, 4-star hotels every 20 miles.
Well, but I wish my salary allowed that, but anybody who works in social care, NHS, will understand that's not possible. But
so where will you just camp wherever you get to your 20 miles? You'll stop?
It'll be wild camping. I need to build in campsites for a bit of battery charge along the way, because obviously I want to cover this on YouTube. And I've got a Just Giving page as well. So, if you'd be so kind to go on there, read my story, read my dad's story, follow me along the way, and please, please, please donate as much as you can. I know the times are hard, but...
How do you find the page then that tells you more about the story?
Yeah, so you can go onto my social media site. So I'm at PN Lindsay So you'll see it on the Twitter feed there, obviously on my Facebook. As I say, I'm also a big Forest fan, and I'm hoping to get all the Forest fans and please the county and Mansfield fans as well on board with this, and really let's do what we can for this wonderful cause.
How much are you going to raise? Do you know?
So I've dreamt about raising £10,000, but we've had the page going for 2 weeks and we're on 1,500. And after the interviews we've done across the country yesterday, I'm really pleased to get to that within a couple of weeks. So please, I can't encourage you enough to give to this.
Okay, well look, enjoy it, because I know it's for a good cause, but I think it's something you should enjoy as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tough as it's going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. No. Thank you.
And will your dad be joining you?
Yeah, this is what I'm still negotiating. My brother-in-law, very kind man, he's said that he'd drop me off in Cornwall at Land's End. So I'm sure he'll support me to get Dad there, and my sister as well, to get Dad over at some point. And wouldn't it be wonderful he could walk some of the sections with me, even if it's just for 15 minutes.
What a great memory to have with him as well.
Immense, and I know he's proud of me, and I'm proud of him too.
Paul, thank you. Paul Lindsay on
welcome.
BBC Radio Nottingham, who is going to be walking 1,200 miles for the Alzheimer's Society. By the sound of it, some of it with his dad, who's suffering from Alzheimer's. 16 minutes to 6 it is. This is Harry Styles.